Someone pounds on your dormitory door so hard that the metal frame rattles. Get up! Lock down! Move! You pull on your boots and rush outside just as every light across the base turns red. A cold mechanical voice echoes through the night. All personnel remain where you are. This is not a drill. No one says the name of the place. No one has to. You have worked here for nearly 2 years as a civilian electrical technician. Officially, you repair generators, emergency lighting, and power systems. Unofficially, you have learned that asking questions is the fastest way to lose your job. Your supervisor throws a heavy maintenance case into your hands. Generator 7 is down. Get it back online. Before you can ask why, he disappears into the darkness. The Nevada wind carries dust across the runway as armed security trucks race toward the far end of the base. 2 white passenger jets sit on the tarmac, marked only with a thin red stripe. Everyone calls them Janet flights. They quietly bring workers from Las Vegas every morning. Officially, they barely exist. You reach Generator 7 and replace a burned fuse. The lights flicker back to life. For a split second, enormous hangar doors slide open. Inside sits a long black aircraft unlike anything you've ever seen. A mechanic beside you mutters, "That's why people report UFOs." The doors close again. You continue deeper into the base until you reach a checkpoint. A faded sign reads, "Groom Lake Test Facility." Moments later, another sign appears, "Area 51." It's the first time you've ever seen those words written inside the base. Then everything goes dark again. A new voice replaces the first. "Black Star lockdown. Containment failure." The final words freeze everyone around you. "Vault 4. You've repaired electrical systems beneath this base dozens of times. There has never been a Vault 4 on any maintenance map. A countdown appears on the nearest monitor. 47 minutes until terminal containment. Your emergency route leads underground. Most corridors look familiar until you find a hidden doorway marked only Level S4. You've heard mechanics joke about S4 during late-night coffee breaks. Officially, it doesn't exist. Tonight, the door is standing open. Your radio crackles. "Technician 184. Proceed to Vault 4 immediately." You answer without thinking. "I don't have clearance." After several seconds, the reply comes. "You do now." Someone has changed your security clearance without explanation. You step inside. The deeper you go, the quieter the base becomes. Generator noise disappears. Ventilation fades. The tunnel ends at a massive blast door. Your maintenance badge should never work here. The scanner flashes green. "Access granted." Cold air rushes from the chamber beyond. It feels nothing like the hot Nevada desert above. Inside is a huge underground hangar. A gigantic object sits beneath a gray tarp. No wings, no tail, no cockpit, only a perfectly smooth, curved outline. Your flashlight catches a faded placard nearby. "Vertical lift test article." Maybe that's the truth. After all, Groom Lake really tested aircraft like the U-2 and the A-12 ox cart. Many UFO sightings were later explained by secret military aircraft flying higher and faster than anyone thought possible. But the shape beneath the tarp doesn't resemble any airplane you've ever repaired. Across the hangar sits a Soviet MiG fighter. That sounds impossible, too. Yet you remember hearing that captured MiGs were secretly flown here to train American pilots during the Cold War. One impossible sight has a real explanation. The other still doesn't. Then you hear footsteps, slow, heavy, coming from behind the tarp. You call out, "Who's there?" No answer, only another step. The lights flicker. For less than a second, a tall shadow appears against the far wall. When the lights stabilize, it's gone. Your radio whispers, "Don't let it reach the elevator." The transmission ends. The countdown drops to 34 minutes. You follow the emergency power cables into another section of the underground complex. Smoke blocks the main corridor, forcing you through an old records room. Metal shelves stretch into the darkness. Most boxes are sealed. One catches your eye. Project Blue Book. You know the name. The U.S. Air Force investigated thousands of UFO reports during the Cold War. Most eventually received ordinary explanations. Some never did. On the next shelf sits a single folder labeled Roswell Transfer. Your pulse quickens. Official investigations never confirmed that alien wreckage reached Area 51, but the rumors never disappeared. You should keep walking. Instead, curiosity wins. Inside are several photographs of strange metallic fragments. One page has only a single sentence highlighted: biological package. Do not expose to atmosphere. Before you can read another line, a siren erupts. Unauthorized badge detected. The black badge in your pocket has just identified you. You run. 30 minutes remain. The auxiliary generator is still working, but one critical circuit has burned out. You have one replacement fuse. You can restore the isolation doors or power the ventilation. If you restore the doors, you might trap whatever is below. If you choose ventilation, you may save yourself, but leave Vault 4 exposed. You choose ventilation. Fresh air floods the corridor. For a moment, it feels like the right decision. Then, every monitor flashes red. Vault 4, inner door open. Your single fuse is gone. The isolation doors can no longer be sealed remotely. A security camera suddenly activates. Behind reinforced glass, your missing coworker, Ellen, pounds desperately on the window. She keeps pointing behind her. Something is moving in the darkness. You race toward the lower corridor. 22 minutes remain. Your radio crackles. Technician 184, stop immediately. You answer. Ellen is trapped. Several seconds pass. Then the reply comes. There is no employee named Ellen assigned to your shift. The transmission ends. Your stomach tightens. The lower level feels completely different from the rest of the base. Bright white walls, no warning signs, no room numbers. Everything is unnaturally clean. Inside a monitoring room, an old videotape is already playing. At first you think it's live. Then you freeze. The man on the screen is you. You're walking toward Vault 4. You're wearing today's uniform. You're carrying the same toolbox, and you're already holding the black security badge. The timestamp says it happened 20 minutes ago. Ellen is following behind you. You remember none of it. You rewind the tape. Nothing changes. Every movement is identical. Your first thought is simple. Someone fabricated the recording. Then another thought hits you. If it's fake, how did the black badge reach your pocket before you supposedly found it? Your headache becomes unbearable. A metallic taste fills your mouth. Your hands begin shaking. The monitor suddenly switches to a live camera. Ellen is still alive. Standing behind her is a tall, impossibly thin figure. Its head seems too large. Its arms hang far too low. Static rolls across the screen. Maybe it's only distorted by the camera. Maybe someone is wearing protective equipment. Then, before Ellen even turns around, the figure slowly lifts its head. It looks directly into the camera, as if it knows you're watching. 16 minutes remain. You run toward the isolation chamber. The massive blast door is half open. Ellen has collapsed beside it. She's alive, but she can't stand. Something slowly drags itself across the floor behind her. Metal scrapes against concrete. You still can't see what's making the sound, only its shadow. There are only two choices now: seal the door or save Ellen. There isn't enough time to do both. You don't think. You grab Ellen beneath her shoulders and pull with everything you have left. She cries out in pain, but wraps one arm around your neck. Behind her, something scrapes across the concrete, slow, deliberate. The isolation door begins closing. Not fast enough. Your muscles burn. Smoke fills your lungs. The countdown reaches 3 minutes. A long, pale arm slides into the narrowing gap. Its fingers are impossibly long. For the first time, you almost see the figure clearly. Then instinct takes over. You rip the black security badge from your pocket and jam it into the emergency locking mechanism. The damaged contacts explode with sparks. The motor suddenly roars back to life. The massive steel door slams shut. Something strikes the other side with enough force to shake the corridor. Then, silence. You drag Ellen toward the elevator as armed security teams finally arrive. Nobody asks what happened. Nobody asks what you saw. One officer immediately takes the black badge from your hand. Another removes your toolbox. A medic forces an oxygen mask over your face. An older officer kneels beside you. There was no Vault 4. There was a generator fire. You suffered smoke inhalation. There is no employee named Ellen. You try to argue. You point toward the blast door. The corridor is empty. The door is gone. Only a smooth concrete wall remains. Your vision fades. You wake inside a small medical room. Your work log says you spent the entire night repairing an air conditioning system above ground. Nothing else. You search the employee database. No Ellen, you request the maintenance map. No lower level, no Vault 4. Everything has vanished. Days become weeks. Life inside Groom Lake returns to normal. Janet flights continue arriving every morning. New aircraft continue disappearing into the hangars. Nobody ever mentions Black Star lockdown again. Officially, Area 51 was home to some of the most advanced aircraft ever built. The U-2, the A-12 Oxcart, later the F-117. Many UFO sightings really were caused by secret military technology. Those facts are now public. Project Blue Book also became public. It never confirmed extraterrestrial spacecraft. History explains far more than people once believed. But not everything. One evening, while cleaning out your old locker, your hand touches something inside the pocket of your original maintenance coveralls. You slowly pull it out. The black security badge. The same one security confiscated that night. Stamped across the front are 4 simple characters. S4. You stare at it in silence. Then you flip it over. Someone has scratched a message into the back. If you remember Vault 4, the lockdown never ended. Outside, another Janet aircraft disappears toward Groom Lake as the sun sets behind the Nevada mountains. Some secrets eventually become history. Others remain buried beneath the desert. Waiting for the next person who is told, "You have clearance now.